What's going on, guys, and welcome back to the Vercitorix gaming channel. Today we're back on Dreadnought, back on the aggressive Dasp that we were growing in the last Dasp episode, and we are in Big Quill Lake. I believe it's just turned daytime in game. When I logged onto the server, obviously in the start screen it was dark, and it's just turned to light as I've logged in the server itself, onto the actual game itself to play. So we should get a good half an hour of realism gameplay before we have to sleep and, you know, eventually have to put that bit out and whatever else that I have to do with the night time on realism servers. We are on Dynasty. Obviously Dreadnought isn't on PT semi-realism. I hope you all enjoy the first episode of the Daspletosaurus series. Obviously, this video is being recorded just before that's due to go live. In fact, that's due to go live in 4 hours. So it'll be interesting to see how you guys find that one. And there is Apache that will beat the living hell out of me, I think. Unless I can get a bone break on it. But this is me, and I am on a Dasp, and yeah, I'm not feeling confident, you know. We're not hungry enough to hunt anyway, so gonna wander down to Salt. I think we're gonna go over to Salt Flats, and then we're gonna wander down this way and through to Green Valley. We could go across here, but I'm kind of fancying Salt Flats to see what happens. Kind of fancying that. Now there is a Balls Bardia video that probably will have cut. In fact, it will have come out by the time this video goes out. So I'm hoping that is enjoyed as well. So the plan, like I said in other videos, the plan is we're going to do one herbivore, one carnivore, the same species, for a week or until that dinosaur dies, and then we'll move on to the next carnivore or herbivore depending on which one died. I think that'll give you guys a nice couple of days of same storyline of, for example, Dreadnought or Jeff when you meet Jeff. So I think that's a nice way of doing things. It gives a little bit of a story-based system to the videos that are going out to you guys, and also like gives you carnivore one day and a herbivore the next day, and you get to follow them through their stories. Hopefully it's their penultimate end, you know what I mean? I think I heard steps over there. I did hear steps over there. That's bigger than me, I think. I don't know what that is. I can't quite see it. Got to be a Rex or a Tyranno. Is that an iguanodon stood up? Looks like an iguanodon. That's an iguanodon. It's bipedal. I'm not even attempting to take on an iguanodon at this age. I've fought iguanodons in the past. They are not fun to fight against. They do a lot of damage, and in all honesty, I'd rather have a duo with me if I was going to take on an iguanodon. There's just no way I'm going to do it on a singular Dasp subadult. There's just no way. It will absolutely batter me. It's just not worth it. It's just not worth it. Obviously, I've played a fair bit of iguanodon as well, and I did some testing on it with Zetoma, who you see in some of the other videos, and like, I thoroughly ran over most of the carnivores he put up against me with my iguanodon when we were doing the testing. So it's 100% not something I'm going to face at this point. Oh, don't tell me we get stuck here. Okay, that's good. I mean, we're nearly at adult. Obviously, we're getting all these POI growths, which, I mean, it is what it is. We are a nomadic species, so we're following profiles. So technically, we're going to grow faster than if we sat in one space, but POI growth cannot be turned off within the server coding. I know this from my own server, and obviously other server owners have spoke about it. You can't turn it off at this moment. I think Alderon are looking to make it so you can turn off POI growth, but at the moment you can't turn it off. So it's just something we got to put up with as we try to play with the profile. And if it means we grow a little bit faster, then we grow a little bit faster. But it is what it is at the end of the day. This is just about enjoying playing the game, enjoying playing the dinosaur, and hopefully get a few kills along the way, you know. A couple of kills that prove that I am adept with Dasp. I hope. So we have got a few new abilities. I've just thought we're subbed out. So if we just come up here a little bit, nobody's going to come up here. Nobody's going to come up here. And if they do, that'll be a first. I'm just going to sit here. Now, we do have some more abilities we can put on. Obviously, I said the hide I wasn't going to do. It just doesn't seem... like, the way I'm looking at it is, am I going to be hunting lighter opponents? If yes, take this one. If I'm going to be hunting heavier opponents, I should take this one. So maybe I should have them both unlocked anyway. But I'm like, they're very situational. Tyrant Roar, Shattering Cry, reduces fracture healing. Hmm. 10% increase to damage. Reduces fracture healing. Or deal up to 10% increased damage. 30 seconds when below 50% health. I kind of feel like Tyrant's Roar is going to be the way to go, but this Shattering Cry is interesting, especially with the Bone Snap that I'm going to be running. So, I mean, that's potentially something we can look at if the first fight doesn't go too well. The same with these senses, like, there's not going to be a corpse anywhere near me, so that one's pretty much useless in realism. This one might be interesting. This one's obviously leaning into that Bone Snap. This one, I obviously need other Tyrannosaurs in the party with me, so I need another Dasp with me. I haven't done my Wisps either. So Wisps are obviously the currency of Dynasty Realism. We use it to, you know, buy grows and stuff like that. Like buy nesting items. You know, you can do an instant nest construction, so you don't have to run around making the nest, and you can do all sorts of things with the shop. So it's always worth, and each server has its own shop, but you can transfer the Wisps between them with a little bit of a transfer code that it asks you to do. So it is useful. I'll be honest, I only use the shop for nesting if I'm doing nesting events and stuff like that, so I don't really use the shop in all honesty. I tend to prefer just to grow by walking around or sitting around. That skin is absolutely gorgeous now. But yeah, it's just my preferred playstyle. Like, I know we saw in the bars video, and that's obviously on semi-realism, which I think the carnival videos will probably end up going over towards semi-realism as well. I really enjoyed the gameplay I had with the bars audio. I know Val was with me as well, but just really enjoyed that style of gameplay. Even though I'm not a quester, I don't like questing. It wasn't too long on the quest. It wasn't too short. It wasn't. It was a fun experience in all honesty, and probably changed my opinion on questing quite considerably at the moment. But for the moment, Dreadnought is a Dynasty Realism dinosaur, so we are going to play it as if we're obviously realism players. We're going to continue to play as realism players on this particular dinosaur, but later on we might, when Dreadnought dies, we might take it to semi-realism and try a different dinosaur there, see what happens. That's kind of the way I'm looking at it at the moment. The idea of playing on the semi-realism servers at the moment seems more appealing. It's just not as strict, and when you're trying to record and stuff like that, like, you don't want to be trying to do voiceovers while also trying to think of, okay, have I broke a rule in this engagement? Have I done something I shouldn't have been doing? What's the profile say? You know, all that sort of stuff. It's just hard to keep a track of everything while you're playing and while you're doing a voiceover. So long term, we're probably going to angle the content more towards semi-realism. So we still have that sort of realism aspect of things, but it's not anywhere as harsh on the rules as what realism or hardcore realism servers are like. Don't get me wrong, like, I've never received a warning on Dynasty. Never received any sort of punishment or anything like that. But I don't want to take that risk, you know what I mean? I enjoy playing here, but I don't want to take the risk that I might potentially mess up because I'm recording or because I'm trying to get certain content and stuff like that. That's kind of my thought process that we are going to grow to full adult off this. We hit 2 POIs of growth there. We are gonna grow to here's something eating. Not another Daspletosaurus. I am hungry enough to hunt, so I could technically go for that. I am now adult, so I might go for this. I know he's in here somewhere. There he is. Oh, it's a Rex! We're going for it. Oh no, it's not a Rex. Oh, it is a Rex. Whoa, what are you face tanking me for? Why am I missing everything? I felt like you were body denying for a minute, mate. But you survived it. You're off. I don't think I've got the stamina to keep up with it. I mean, he sort of gave up at the end there, which is fair. We'll just keep an idea on this, just so we got our first hunt off, and it was okay. It was a little Rex, but it was still a Rex, right? We count it as a Rex, even though it was a little Rex. Just keep an eye on this global, just in case. There is occasionally somebody that might get a little bit salty that we've killed them. But we'll just keep an eye on it. I don't think we're going to get it, because I think that was a perfectly legal hunt. Okay, Giga that died to a male Tyranotitan, nothing bad. That's fine. I'm not sure what age this was. It was maybe adolescent. Maybe adolescent. Obviously now we've got to stay with the body for a bit. But yeah, I'm really happy with how that hunt went. I thought I was going to run out of stamina as I was doing it. But it went well. We got the hunt, we got the kill. We chased it far enough. I mean, the fact that it jumped into the water was a great idea. I probably wasn't going to follow it, in all honesty, and then I decided to go for it anyway. It was clear that it was running because it was obviously hurt enough, and I think we just ticked over into adult at just the right moment to go for this. Now, Dasp can hunt up to Apex within Dynasty servers, so if I just pull up their hunting, if I pull up what they can do hunting-wise, Dasplito, I'll be able to just verify, obviously, how it hunts and that kind of thing. So, it has an engagement limit of up to 3 Dasps, may enter an engagement or hunt. Daspletosaurus are extremely wary of crocodilian species and flee from engagements with Deinosuchus and Sarcosuchus. If these species are encountered on land and away from water, Daspletosaurus does not have to flee. Daspletosaurus do not tolerate scavengers, and they may hunt up to apex tier. Our preferred prey are Albertoceratops, Eotriceratops, Nasutoceratops, Pachyrhinosaurus, Pentaceratops, Styracosaurus, and Iguanodon, Lambio, Parasaurolophus, and Tenonto. We may hunt up to apex tiers. Apex carnivores can only be hunted if no other species are available. Daspletosaurus may cannibalize other Daspletosaurus not in their group. So, in terms of this Rex, we didn't really see anything else when we were that was in line of sight. So as far as I'm concerned, this was a perfectly legal hunt. I'm not going to go searching all over the POI for one of the others to see if there's another dinosaur around that I can hunt when I can hunt this. And plus, it wasn't an adult, so it doesn't class as an apex until it's an adult or a subadult. It depends on the profile. But in this particular case, this was a juvenile or an adolescent. They haven't asked for my name, so it's quite clear they thought that was a legal hunt as well. And we're in quite a good spot. Like, we're on a little island, so we're going to see anything coming from that direction. And anything coming from that direction we'll probably hear first. Got some water down here if I need to leave the body for any reason, but we do have to stay with the body until it despawns, so it's going to take a little while to despawn, really. Being at, what was it, 77% when I finished eating. It's now at 61. Oh, it's not actually taking that long to despawn. I thought it was going to take a little bit longer than that. So it'll be... yeah, it's one of those. One of those. I'm very happy with the way the hunt went. I'm not so happy with the initial... I was trying to move back, obviously, as they were initially face tanking me. I was trying not to do the face tank. But they were pushing towards me, and then I think they realised that we were meshing a fair bit, so they decided to run then when they realised it wasn't going their way. And we managed to get the kill. So the first hunt on Dreadnought finishes with the first kill for Dreadnought. That's 1 Rex kill so far for Dreadnought, even if it is an adolescent. Be interesting to see, like, by the end of this of Dreadnought's life, like, how many kills he's got. You know what I mean? Like, as a group and or as an individual or both. You know what I mean? Like, it'd be interesting to see how many kills he will have. And I didn't record the fight, which is unfortunate, but I can stand here like this next to it. Look this way and do a cheeky... There we go. There's the thumbnail for this video. That's a thumbnail right there. That actually worked really well. Like, okay, so one thing I did notice is I couldn't get off this Tyrant's Roar. Obviously because there's not other Tyrannosaurs in my group. So I think we're going to try Shattering Cry as our voice, because of obviously what it does with the bone snap and the fractured. Am I reading this wrong though? I'm just thinking, am I reading this wrong? No, I am reading it right. That is inflict fracture. While this ability is equipped, lose 5% run speed. And we have piercing bite. So yeah, I'm happy to run with this. The hide itself, I'm still not 100% on. I don't think we took a lot of damage from this Rex anyway. But obviously, like I said, it was an adolescent. If it was an adult, it'd be a different story. But I think I'm quite happy to run with this build for now to see how it goes. I maybe might look at this at some point. But if I can get the fracture off, if I can get the fracture off in the initial hunt, if I can get the bone snap off in the initial hunt, then this isn't going to matter so much. I think the only reason this Rex could run away as much as it was because it was an adolescent. Yeah, there's still nothing here on the global, so I think we're good. I think it was just unfortunate for that Rex that just by that moment I happened to pass across, and not only did I just pass across, I actively looked at him, could see what he was, and he tried to hide. It was already too late. I'd already seen him, and he knew it as I come back towards the bush. He knew I was coming for him. So yeah, it's unfortunate. I don't like taking down players that are growing, but as a first hunt for our freshly made Daspletosaurus, it kind of makes sense, doesn't it? Really, kind of makes sense to have a bit of a tester hunt, and an adolescent Rex was more than suitable for that. If this was a hatchling or a juvenile, it would have despawned by now already. Like, they just despawn so fast, hatchling and adolescent bodies. Now, I can hear something else walking around me. And if something does want to come, try and take my meal, then it is more than welcome to contest me. I think we're pretty sheltered here, to be fair. Nothing's gonna find us here, I wouldn't have thought. I'd be very surprised if something finds us around here. So, I'm going to talk over, while we wait for this to despawn, I'm just going to read a bit about the general behaviour of Daspletosaurus within Dynasty Realism. And it goes like this. Daspletosaurus are intelligent, stealthy and robust carnivores that travel long distances tirelessly, traversing their beloved badlands, whilst stalking any herds attempting to migrate through. They are skilled hunters that avoid unnecessary conflict with apex predators unless desperate, knowing when to choose their battles wisely and conserve energy for the right moment. Their intelligence allows them to assess risks and benefits, ensuring their survival even in harsh environments. I can hear something in the background. I can hear something in the background. It always worries me when I kill some... When I kill something... And then something else... That's a no. I've somehow ended up in a group. Somehow ended up in a group of two of the males. That's surreal. You're lucky. Oh, I know I'm lucky. Oh, I know I'm lucky. That was nearly the end of Dreadnought right there and then. Love the skins. The yellow and the red is great. See, this is how you meet people in Dynasty. Like, they just walk up to you and they're like, this is a profile where they should theoretically be killing me, but because we're all males, we're, we were quite lucky. We can have, up to 6 sub-adults in a group led by the biggest and most experienced individual. So, that was incredibly lucky. Incredibly lucky. It's the body. The body kept me here. The body kept me alive. The body kept me alive here. Oh wow. I was just like, oh, I was just reading that profile back and I was like, oh, I hear something. I hear something. But what this means is we have more chance of taking down some bigger prey now. Ooh. There we go. See, on this server, when you take... Come on. I think he was hoping I was going to say bone snap by the sounds of it. As if I found a little pack. Dreadnought finds a pack. As if. See, anything can happen in this game. Anything can happen. I was not expecting Rip runs Shatter, so follow him in if he uses the multi-bite. I'm running Snap also. Oh, sweet. Awesome. Awesome. Ha! That's mad, isn't it? I should probably change my build up for... You know what I mean? I should probably change my build to run with other Tyrannos. I said I wasn't going to end up in the pack, but I am ending up in a pack. To be honest, I'd rather end up in the pack than them brutally kill me, because that was the other... That's the other option, basically. They eat me. That is 100% the other option. And I'm not up for being eaten, so... This will do. This will do. if I've run into a pack. I still can't get over it. I've maybe seen, like, in the entire time I've played Dynasty, I've probably seen, like, 2 or 3 Dasps. What are the chances that I play Dasp, a third one comes up, a group of them come up, a pair, and I get to join the pair? And the fact that they didn't, like, outright kill me would suggest they assume that I'm also male. Just hoping this doesn't go too badly for me. You know what I mean? Like, I could potentially get killed here. I could be turned on by the other Dasps. Like, just because we're part of a group does not mean I'm 100% safe. These two look like they know what they're doing a little bit more. Spreading out, look. So I'm gonna join them with spreading a little bit. Stuck on a branch. Doesn't seem right. Now, I'm not hungry enough for this hunt, but I'm assuming that these two are. Okay, they're running. I assume they've seen something. Don't know what's going on here. Oh, they're at the pond. Okay. Oh, I see it down there. Not sure where these two are going. These two, I feel like these two hunt together quite a lot. I feel like these two hunt together quite a lot. They seem to be relatively in sync with one another. There's a giga that way. There was a giga that way. I think this is just stamina regain. I'm not 100% what's going on here. I think this is stamina regain. Or is it to talk? Okay, so we need one of us to be lower on hunger. So me and Duke are about the same. Riff's up at 77 at the moment, so... Riff's the one that's going to be able to... going to be the closest to being able to hunt. Walking on this type of ground is not the best. It feels tense, don't it, this? Like, the anticipation. Anticipation is unreal. Oh, my poor thighs. Been crab walking like this for a long way now. I don't know if it saw us or not. Near it though. You hear them? Okay, we're going. Oh, wow, that... They both running away. Looks like it. Okay, I think these two had backed out, yeah. Oh, there's 4 defenders. Okay, I assume there was an incident here where a rule got broke. Duke's not very happy about it. Apparently there was 4 defenders, maybe. I'm going to be honest, I didn't see a lot. The heck is that noise? Oh, it's a ramp. The ramp healing him up. I think that's what the ramp's doing. The ramp's healing us. I'm full health, buddy. I'm full health, buddy. Thank you, but... yeah, so that hunt didn't quite go as planned, I don't think. I'm not sure about the 4 defenders thing. There seemed to be a lot of bars running around. It seemed a little bit chaotic. I'm not 100% whether there was 4 defenders or not. There may well have been, but in all honesty, I don't really know. I'm not going to sit here and say yes, there was 4 defenders and they broke realism rules or whatever. So I wasn't 100% sure. I mean, I can look back at the footage as when I edit the little bits that I do edit, but I'm even if they were, I'm probably not going to report. I'm just here to have fun and have a chilled time on a realism server, so that's kind of how things are for me. I'm not sure how what these guys are doing now. I don't know whether they're going to get up and move around or... Looks like, just as I said that, they answered the question for me. They're going to get up and move around. But, we're on a timer with them bars now as well. I am a little disappointed in that. I didn't really get going in that fight from my point of view. I didn't really get going in that. I sort of realised that they were going in for the hunt a little bit late. And to be fair, they both took so much damage straight away that it was next to impossible, really, for us to get a successful hunt. I managed to get a bone break off on one. It ended up being on the back end, which was super dangerous. But to be fair, I think that one had just used its tail slam, so I was in a good position to go for it anyway. But, you know, it is what it is. It happens. We don't always win every hunt. It just goes to show fair play to that Rex that fought me earlier on. We'll meet them this way. They're still being relatively pleasant towards me, so I don't think that we're going to receive... I think he's whispering back to the bars. Don't know if they're going to attack me. I've only got about 10 minutes left of the episode, so if we can survive the next 10 minutes, that'd be great. Whether we see Duke and Riff again, I don't know. But if we do, that'd be great as well. I'm not... I think Duke's responding to... I think Duke's responding to them. Yeah. Like I said before, I'm not 100% on whether they were using forward defenders or not. Not without looking back at the footage. And if there is forward defenders, well, then it makes this little bit of commentary sound a little bit stupid. But just realise, like, when you watch this video on YouTube, that I'm not 100% on what happened, how many defenders were where. I'll have a better idea of that once I look back through the footage, but I'm not going to edit anything or anything like that. It's gonna remain exactly the same as how I've witnessed it and how I've seen it, and how the interaction went. So I'm not gonna adjust anything or make out that, oh, there were 4 defenders or anything. I genuinely don't know, and it's fine that I don't know. I can look back at the footage and maybe when I look back I'll go, oh yeah, there is 4 defenders. Or maybe I'll go, no, it's a little bit hard. I'm not 100% sure really whether there was. So, it's just one of them. These things happen. Not all hunts are successful. And that's kind of the way I like it. I like for me to fail more hunts than I win. And I have to survive off little critters. It feels a little bit more realistic. Like, I know everyone loves the big bites and stuff like that. I swear I heard something questing over there then. I don't know where these two are off to. Not sure where these two are off to. Wherever they're off to, they are booking it. You're gonna have no stamina when we run into anything. Hide. Another stamina stop, I assume. Another stamina stop. Hopefully, in the next like 9 minutes or so, we get another hunt. If we get a hunt and it runs over the hour mark, then we'll keep it in. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna change it for that. I'm not gonna like cut the episode short just because we hit an hour. If it goes to an hour and 5 because of a hunt, then it goes to an hour and 5. I think that's fair enough to do, and I think I'll do that with every dino we do in this format. It's nice and easy. Rip is getting up. We're back to running again. We just run all over the place. That's what we do. So me and Duke are getting hungrier. Riff's probably going to be around the 50% mark. Probably no, maybe not. Maybe more around the 65% mark. How many people are on the server today? 99. It's full server. Now, if these two get too hungry, they can go for me. I'm sure they can. I'm not sure the profile says they can go for me. I would need to reread that and just double check that. I'm not sure what they're doing. They must be responding again. See, like don't get me wrong, I love playing with randomers that I don't know, I've never played with before and stuff like that. But when we have reports and stuff like that happen and we end up in this situation where we keep stopping to reply to a whisper, then it kind of gets frustrating, especially when you're trying to create content. Just watching what they're doing. I'm not 100% on what they're doing. Looks like Rip's waiting for Duke as well. Go on, Duke. We don't have all day. See, this is one of the things with doing reports and stuff like that. Like, if you believe you've been rule broke against, whisper the person, get their names and whatnot. Wow, call out in global, get their names and whatnot, and then leave it at that. If you check the footage, if it is definitely a rule break, then report it. If not, leave it be. There's no need to argue it out in whispers and stuff like that. Like, if you're looking for clarification, clarification's fine. I can get on board with that. But don't be arguing it out. Don't be arguing it out. There's no point. It just gets people rolled up and it affects the experience for everyone. Just not worth. And this is the one thing about hunting at night as well, like, the ability to find other dinosaurs is relatively harder on a realism server because a lot of dinosaurs sleep during the night. And there's the player base for nocturnal dinosaurs is a lot smaller than the player base for diurnal dinosaurs. So you do run into this where you can be walking around and not see anything at night. Plus it's raining, so it's harder to see anyway. Yeah, you do run into this a little bit. I'm watching these two. The way they're moving, doing this. Ow, piercing bolts. Oh, I took too big hits there. We won the fight! Nice job. Nice job, guys. Nice job. There we go, we got the hunt right at the end of the episode again. We'll stay with the body, because obviously that has to be done. We have to stay with the body. Then we'll look to log. Hell yeah, that went great. I think that was a Torvo. I'm not 100% sure. I think that was a Torvo. But it was a successful hunt with a pack. It's brilliant. I genuinely thought we were losing that one. Duke must have seen that one of them was getting low. Must have seen it. I didn't spot it. In fact, I was getting nervous that we were going to lose one of our own. But Duke, confident as ever. Confident as ever, Duke was in there, getting the kill. I love it. Well done, Duke. And Riff. Smash that one out of the park, guys. Smash that one out of the park. So now we've got body down rule, and obviously we're sleeping to heal back up. Is that a mape? I always hear that noise, and it's ambient. And I always go, is that a mape? And I know that that noise is now becoming ambient noise. But it does make you wonder, like, if a mape's around, because you can't 100% tell. Yeah, definitely nothing come up on the global, so we're good. I'm going to keep it across on group, just in case anything does come up. We got some little scars on us though. We got some scars on the old tail there. Look at that. Just for the recording, so that I'm standing over a corpse or near a corpse. It's a thumbnail picture right there. That's honestly, I couldn't have worked out any better for us, could it? A failed hunt followed by a successful hunt. Gotta love it. Got to love it. Oh, Cherry's online. Just soon. There we go. There we go. That is going to end today's episode. What a beautiful way to end. The guys have subbed. Duke has subbed. That means you guys should sub too. And it's brilliant. I honestly, sometimes the gameplay is honestly fantastic. And you never know what's going to happen. Like, I thought it was going to be like, you know, walk around, fail a couple of hunts, never really get anything going, and then next thing we know, here we are, a pack of 2 males. They're both checking out my channel. Incredible. Incredible. Absolutely love it. Absolutely love it. If you have enjoyed it, please drop a like, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and I will see you next time for some more Path of Titans.